person shouldn't try to predict where they're going, and they should just go for the ball as it is. Because if they fake, they go for the ball. If they don't fake, they miss, and then the second person goes for it.
there shouldn't, like, let's say the opponent's air dribbling, right? The first man shouldn't allow the ball to get under him.
Okay.
But he should allow it to go over him if he can't reach it.
Okay.
That's fine. You can let the ball go over you as first man, but you shouldn't allow it to get under you. Because if they get under you, it's very possible that you get outplayed and that your teammate can't get there to, like, you know, act as if you gave them like a much easier ball to deal with. Like, it's usually your teammate gets the easier ball when it goes high rather than low. But obviously story changes when your teammates are like on 0 boost and everything. Then you're just in a bit of a toxic position, nevertheless, like, regardless.
Sure, yeah.
So I always say, like, oh, if you have 2 defenders back, the person that's low should go up for the ball if it's like someone's air dribbling, and the other one should just sit on the backboard and cover high. Well, it's technically not true if they can't go on the backboard and they have 0 boosts. So there's always like exceptions to the rule. So everything is kind of like just based on an ideal situation, if you boost wise. So that's why I kind of like the advice I've received from other people.
The only like advice I like received like physically is when Lewis taught me how to aerial.
Oh, you mean mechanically?
Yeah, that happens to me. What is he doing, bro?
Not manually.
That happens to me when I play Siege, which is why I stopped playing it. Because I just can't. Like whenever I play Siege, I can't hold an angle for like more than 10 seconds before I like go cross-eyed.
Welcome to Test Chamber 4. You're doing quite well. Once again, excellent work. As part of a required test protocol, we will not monitor the next test chamber. You will be entirely on your own. Good luck.
What? Oh, I even got in my way.
No way JNAPS will be the oldest player at Worlds.
Oh, what about all the people? What about all the people that are like behind the scenes? Surely there's a 50-year-old technician somewhere. He said the oldest person. Yeah.
Our previous statement suggesting that we would not monitor this chamber was an outright
That is young.
Good job. As part of a required test protocol,
Oh my god. How is this going? No, you can't. It's the same with Osu. That's why CSGO is like a good one to make your career out of. It's got a very, very good esports. It's probably one of the most alive games ever.
The Aperture Science High Energy Pellet, seen to the left of the chamber,
oh my god.
and has caused permanent disabilities.
I can't tell whether I'm just bad and my positioning is just shit, or if everyone else's positioning is terrible. My controller's disconnected. Never mind.
Warning devices are required on all mobile equipment. However, alarms and flashing hazard lights have been found to agitate the high energy pellet
I mean, I guess.
have therefore been disabled for your safety.
Yeah, and hope to God your teammates do the
is
same.
A very loose word as well, because it means like predictably in your rank.
Please note that we have
yeah.
Because higher ranks will actually expect you to ball chase more, whereas lower ranks really believe in the idea that everyone.
Why did he go for the boost of the pool?
Like, very often, like GC1s will probably not comprehend that you're supposed to. You're supposed to cut a lot more than they might suspect. Which makes sense, like, if you're just playing Rocket League on your own, just chilling, it's hard to imagine that you're actually supposed to stay in the play constantly, you know? Unless it's you get punished for you not doing it over and over and again. It kind of just feels like you're supposed to rotate around constantly. Not sure how you feel about that, but when I started playing Rocket League until like I don't know, even like GC to be honest, by season 14 I still played like the I want to rotate around type playstyle.
Honestly, I would probably play that until like below GC3, maybe mid GC2.
I mean, you don't play like that, so.
No, you know what I mean. Like how I wasn't listening. The last thing I heard was rotating more on like ball chasing and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm saying like when you just play Rocket League on your own, it's hard to imagine that you're supposed to ball chase. Like up until GC, like in threes I just rotated around. Like I was just like a normal like rotating around, make play, go back, back boast, like type thing. Like very simple, clean Rocket League.
Yeah, I would probably play that till like GC2. Because otherwise, it's solo queue that is, by the way.
Yeah, I mean you're about right to be fair. And then like I played with some SSLs, realized that they were the ball chasiest fuckers I've ever seen. And then I was like, I'm doing something wrong here, clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I was not offensive, like, don't get me wrong, I liked turning in offense. But not as in like, oh, I'm going back and I'm gonna start bumping the opponents and I'm gonna start like challenging, trying to back pass. Like, I mean that kind of chasing, that's like very, like, rare, unless they only play twos.
I mean, you can't really do that in lower ranks though, because like no one.
Yeah, no, but your teammates will just tell you to fuck off, and they'll commit. Yeah, so you can't do it.
Yeah. And even if they like do stay back, then you know there's a pretty high chance that.
That's why solo Q3 is bad. It's because you're like changing to meet the standards of like shit players. Like, at their sakes, like why are you making yourself worse? Like, sure, if you're just trying to practice your adaptability, that's fine, but like, you know, most people are like, you'll just get affected subconsciously on how you play, and it's towards a negative, like a negative thing usually. So threes games is just like, it's not in the world if you don't queue it that much, but I feel like if you queue it a lot, it has like, what do you call it, diminishing returns. Yeah, that's it.
Negative feedback loop and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chinny is the perfect example.
Thank you for helping us help you help us all.
Twos is a lot more you and your teammate, so it's not like you're just like adjusting to like a standard that everyone plays like. It's like everyone plays different. And it's a lot more on the ball-y rather than how are you moving around the field rotationally.
What is this fucking song?
Due to mandatory scheduled
This is I'm just gonna fuck off the bot, like that.
Just give it, Oh.
It has been replaced with a live fire
course
designed for military.
It's fine, I wasn't listening to it anyway.
The Enrichment Center apologizes
Well, you were disappointed that I kicked it.
Yeah, because I was listening to it. But I wasn't listening to it, so that's whatever. Whatever.
Destroy vital testing apparatus. Well done, Android. The Enrichment Center once again reminds you that Android Hell is a real place where you will be sent at the first sign of defiance.
Oh, please don't just carry on going.
The vital apparatus vent will deliver a weighted companion cube in
I saw my cats again today.
2, 1.
You what?
I saw my cats again today.
You saw your cats again today?
Yeah. Because I went to my stepmom's house with my brother to, like, do something there.
Right.
We had to, like, get rid of something on the roof.
Perceiving inanimate objects as alive.
Right, and my stepmother owns the cats. So.
Yeah.
I used to see them every day because I used to be on the coast during Corona. and it was only me now, so I just owned everything. I just owned the cats. Yo, mechanics.
If
Didn't
only
have to
the
ruin it there.
fucking one trad is in the way.
However, it cannot accompany you for the
Whilst
rest of the test, and
whilst
unfortunately,
measuring one of the windows, I unfortunately also found
than any test subject on
one of my
record.
stepsister's dildos.
Congratulations.
What the?
It was just laying on the table, like just like literally
mean-
like your like where your PC would be, like for you, for example. It was
Not
just on
on it.
there.
Oh no, my PC's on the floor.
Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't actually in the shape of a schlong, but yeah.
Like, how did you? What? I'm really confused. Then. How did you know it was a?
As I know,
Yeah, how did you know,
I
bro?
just know. I don't know. Like it's pretty obvious. I don't like.
Right. Okay.
Just trust me, I guess.
Okay. I guess it makes sense. You know, if someone has a cucumber in their room, it's not like that's not like they're gonna be eating it at 2 in the morning or something.
Yeah, just an actual cucumber.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm surprised she just has that laying around, but I guess they just don't give a shit. The dildo.
Well done.
But it wasn't in the shape of an actual one, so like
An actual cock.
Yeah.
But that's pretty normal. I'm pretty sure most women
I mean, yeah, surely, right?
have dildos that don't actually look like cocks.
It's kind of sus.
It was pretty weird. I mean, my brother was like, look at this, bro. And I was kind of like, okay, I don't care. like, I know how some people would react to that, but I was kind of like, I just really don't care. Like, it's like, yeah, it makes sense. She has a dildo. Like, who fucking gives a shit? My brother was all like, look at this, bro. She's got dildo. I can't believe she's got dildo here. I was like, what do you mean?
You can't miss those on this rank.
What the fuck is he? Like the gatekeeper? The gatekeeper of this rank?
The test is over. Come back.
So I hate that reminds me when like you know when the RCS had like a promotion playoff and a relegation playoff?
No, I didn't know they did that.
Like when you'd have like the RLRS team playing like the final round to qualify for RLCS, and let's say they miss like an open net, it's like, and that's the difference between an RLCS team and our RLS team is you don't miss those shots. It's like fuck off. It happens all the time.
Is anyone there? You really shouldn't be here.
It wasn't open. Like sure it's open, but it's like it's not easy open. It's just a certain type of open, you know. It's because like in promotion playoffs, like there is no more stressful series in Rocket League than promotion playoff to RLCS, because if you don't get into RLCS, you have to wait another year.
Good people, don't end up here.
So
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
you know, there's like
This is your fault.
pressure for one series. There's probably none more than RLCS qualification match.
Everything now. Turn back or I will kill you.
Probably more so than the series that qualifies for Worlds, I feel like.
The cake is gone. You don't.
Because it kind of feels like your livelihood is on the line when you qualify for RLCS. Whereas RLCS is just like, when you go to Worlds, it's more of like an extra. It's like, oh, I can actually compete in what I want to compete. But, you know, Rocket League is still my job, nevertheless. Like, I'm in RLCS, you know what I mean? I think people will always value their livelihood above, like, you know, achieving what you want in terms of, like, oh, win the biggest league, etc., etc. Like, I feel like when people want to become footballers, their first mindset is, I want
I
to
like
earn
football.
enough to live off of football, you know? And only
What?
then you think of, okay, now I want to win stuff as well. It's always like the priority is just being able to live off of it. That's step one. Or goal one, I guess, not technically step one.
What are you doing, step one?
Time out for a second.
Sounds like some Jedi thing.
Yeah, bro.
You are a step one.
What are you doing, stepsister?
That has got to be the dumbest thing that. Good news. I figured
And honestly, that would be funny if we like took a picture of us with like our sister's dildo and just messaged her, "What are you doing, stepsis?" Literally our stepsister.
Andrew is thinking some devious things right now, bro.
No, it was just really funny. It was just really funny.
What?
Would it not be funny?
I don't know. Would it? Would it? I mean, after the fact, sure, it would be funny, but like,
What? It's just some shits and giggles. You're just
I'm-
laughing
I'm-
at your stepsister because
sure
her
she would-
dildo
I'm
was
sh-
just right there.
I'm sure she would find it extremely funny.
Well, I think she would. I mean, she'd also be like, "What the fuck? I can't believe I left my dildo there."
Yeah, and what? That's the
No,
Chad
that's-
move.
And then we'd be like, "Unlucky."
No, the Chad move is like, yeah, and what?
Last time she talked to me, she was talking about how she loved Attack on Titan.
She loved what?
Attack on Titan.